To begin, we'll sit either cross-legged or any position that allows you to sit in a lifted way through the spine and the torso and allows you to be still for a minute or so. In this space we want to create the right attitude and the right connection with our bodies to begin the practice. Lift your spine, rest your hands, close your eyes if you're comfortable. Notice the foundation of your pose where the weight is rested across the base of the pose. Even that up. Trace your awareness up your spine all the way to the head and the face. And then finally finish the practice bowing your face towards the floor. Lift your head. Then we will stay cross-legged and twist to one side. Bring one arm across the body and one arm behind. Face the front for a moment and then twist to the other side. Again, keep even across the base of the pose. Now stand up and stand in Tadasana. Feet together if that's comfortable, apart if you need to. Take the arms out in front of you and lift the arms straight above the head. If your shoulders find this difficult, take the arms out into more of a V shape. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. And then release the hands to the sides. Palms are facing upwards. And then all the way down to the side of your body. Staying in Tadasana, interlace the fingers, turn the fingers inside out so the palms face away, stretching the fingers, and then bring the hands above the head. This pose is called Baddhanguliyasana in Sanskrit. It means bound hand pose. Bring the hands down. Change the interlace of the finger so the other little finger is on the bottom of the pile. And again bring the hands up. Ideally, the arms go back behind the ears, but you must prioritise keeping the shoulders away from your ears and comfort in the neck. Release the hands down. Still in Tadasana, bring one hand behind your back, palm facing outwards, stretch the other hand up, and reach down, and if you can, you clasp the two hands. On the second side, I will show what you do when you cannot clasp the hands. You use a belt to join instead. So take the other hand up your back, lift the hand up, and if you need a belt, you hold the belt in your upper arm, and then the two hands can be connected by clasping the belt. I've dropped the belt because it's unnecessary for me today. Stretch the hands straight, and we're going to come into forward bend, half Uttanasana, supporting the hands on bricks, and we're going to come right up onto the tiptoes and then right back onto the heels to wake up the lower legs and to bring awareness to the soles of the feet. If you're able to, bring the hands lower. And then stand up. Bring your hands down at the front of the mat and step back into downward facing dog pose, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Reach your hips upwards from the hands to the hips, and stretching upwards from the heels to the hips, even though the heels stretch down. And then walk forwards, bring your hands off the floor and stand up. Beginning on all fours, turn the hands out so the webbed part of the finger between the thumb and the index finger is facing forwards to turn the shoulder out. Lift yourself up with bent knees, turn those shoulders out, stretch all the way from the hands to the hips. and then unfold the legs to straight. Separate the shoulders apart, away from the neck, so that the neck has plenty of space. Keep lift through the arms. Try taking the feet a little bit further back. Notice how that changes the feeling in the pose. And then try stepping the feet closer than you normally would. Not quite as close as in the forward bend. So there's still a V shape, but it's much closer between where the toes are and where the fingers are. Still lifting upwards from the hands to the hips and straightening the legs. And then come down onto all fours. We're going to do simple kneeling with Gomukhasana arms, and that's the arms that we did earlier where you use a belt if necessary. One hand comes up the back and one hand comes down the back. Avoid pushing forwards in the abdomen. Avoid pushing the head to one side. Release the hands, and then you need to do the other side. So the other hand comes up the back, aiming for the palm of the hand to be in the centre of the back, palm facing outwards. Reach upwards with the other side and then bend at the elbow to bring the hands down and join. Check the alignment in your torso. You're not pushing the tummy forwards, you're not pushing the head off to one side, and open the shoulders. Release the hands down again, stretch down. Take one brick or support for your hands, and we will do triangle pose. On the left side first, turn the right foot in and the left foot out. Bring your hand down with that brick so that the brick rests behind the calf. Look down to help your balance to begin with, and check the alignment of your head, that it's over the foot, and then if the balance is good, you can turn the head to look up. If this is difficult for your neck or your balance is not great today, then keep looking downwards. Come up, turn the feet to the front to begin with, align the feet forwards and backwards so they're in a straight line, and then turn the right toes in, the left foot out. Have the brick in the left hand, bring the hand down, reach away with the other hand, up towards the ceiling if you can, to the side wall if you need to, and look up at the ceiling if your balance and shoulders and neck allow. Keep lift through the legs, strong straight legs that will also support you as you come up. I left the brick on the floor that time because I won't need it in the next pose, and the next pose is Warrior Pose 2 or VIRABHADRASANA 2. Turn the feet in the same way, perhaps a little bit wider between the feet this time. As you bend the left leg first, make sure the knee stays back so that the knee is over the ankle and not projecting forwards. Arms out to the side. Unbend the knee and turn the feet to the other side again. Protect the knee by making sure that the knee stays back over the ankle and doesn't start to project forwards towards that long edge of the mat in front of you. Arms out to the side. The aim of this pose is to have a right angle in the front leg and that your whole upper body is above the pelvis. Arms come down, turn the feet to the front and bring the feet together by stepping or jumping. The third standing pose that we're going to do is PARSVAKONASANA or side angle pose. We're going to do this supported on our own legs. So again, feet wide, turn left foot in, right foot all the way out, bring your elbow down onto your thigh. Begin with the left hand behind your back and then stretch away with the hand, and if your shoulder allows, you can stretch out at any angle all the way so that your fingers, if you can, are pointing to the top corner of the room, creating a long line between your foot and your fingertips. Then straighten the legs to come up, Align your feet again and bend the left leg. Still keeping the knee back over the ankle. Rest your elbow onto the end of your thigh bone. Strong back leg pushing into the floor. Look down to begin with to check everything is aligned on top of each other. So foot, ankle, knee and elbow. And then if you can, with the right hand, you extend outwards and make that long diagonal line. Straighten the leg. Feet face the front, and then you bring the feet together. Our next pose is a balancing pose. Using a brick, we're going to do half moon pose. Begin in triangle pose, and then let your hand come forwards, your back foot comes in, your hand reaches out, you rest weight on that hand on the brick, you lift your straight leg into the air, and you straighten the leg you're standing on. And then bring your foot down into triangle pose again. Swap the brick into the other hand. So now it's in your left hand, back toes in, left toes all the way out, in triangle pose to begin with, and then bend your left leg, bring your hand forwards and the back foot in at the same time, lean on that left hand, slowly raise the back leg, keeping the back leg straight the whole time, and slowly straightening the standing leg if you can. And if you trust your balance, then you can reach out with that upper arm. Some days are wobblier than others. You can keep your gaze towards the floor to help your balance. Reaching out with the leg in the air also helps the balance. And then to come back, bend the standing leg, bring the back leg to the floor, and bring your feet together. Moving into a resting forward hang. So here, if you can straighten your legs are straight and lifted, you hold your elbows and you bend forwards, and there's a sense of lift in the legs, but a sense of release all the way from the hips down to the elbows. Allow your head to hang, and if your breath is quickened during the standing poses, let your breath come back to an even, steady, calm rate. Fingertips to the floor, and then stand up. Moving into a gentle knee hug. So just allowing the lower back some relief from the challenge of the standing poses, because they can be very challenging. You can have the knees apart and the knees together, holding on top of your shins. You can hold behind the shins on the back of the thighs. And we'll move straight into Savasana. Bring your feet to the floor, straighten out your legs. Take a block or a blanket underneath your head if you wish to, and arrange your clothes so there's no distracting bumps or lumps, and also move any equipment out of the way that you're not deliberately using. Close the eyes and begin to focus on your breath. If you would like a longer relaxation, you can download audio files of a longer relaxation, but for this short practice, just allow yourself to be aware of the breath coming in and out, and let the muscles that have worked to support you during the physical practice soften and release, especially during the out breath. You'll feel the lift of the chest and the rib cage as you breathe in. As you breathe out, you will feel the shoulders release, you will feel the body become heavier. And then to conclude this short practice, move slowly to bend the knees, roll onto your side, and then push yourself up to any seated position that is comfortable for you, and take a moment to mark the end of your practice.